Good morning students. Today I am going to teach lesson number 4, algorithmic strategy. Today I am going to teach lesson number 4, algorithmic strategy. I am going to divide algorithmic strategy in two sections. One is a algorithm, next one is a algorithmic, next one is a strategy. First one I am going to explain algorithm, next I am going to explain the strategy. Before explaining the algorithm, whatever work we do, first we are doing planning. For example, if we want to prepare a cup of coffee or tea, what we are doing? First we are taking one bowl and then we are taking what are the ingredients we want to make a coffee. First bowl we are taking, then water we are taking, boiling water or water we are taking. Then we are taking milk, coffee powder. After that we are keeping the bowl on the oven. Then we are putting the coffee powder, milk and then water. After boiling we can get the coffee. Like that, see, if we want to prepare a coffee, what we are doing? We are planning which bowl we need, what are the ingredients we need. First we are planning. After that only we are doing all the process. Like that, before writing the programming language, we must write a algorithm. See, last year we studied C++ programming language. This year we are going to study Python programming language. Whenever we want to write a programming language, first step we want to plan, that is called as a algorithm. Second, we want to write a pseudocode, otherwise it is called as a general coding. Then we should draw a flow chart. After that only we can write a program. After that only algorithm should be converted into programming language. Now what is the algorithm? Algorithm is a plan about whatever work we are going to do. What is the algorithm? Algorithm is a plan what work we are going to do. Okay, first one here. What is the definition of algorithm? Finite set of instruction to accomplish a particular task. That is a definition for algorithm. What is the algorithm definition? Algorithm is finite set of instruction to accomplish a particular task. Okay, next one more definition also they given for algorithm. It is a step-by-step procedure for solving a given problem. It is a step-by-step procedure for solving a given problem. First one, what is a finite set of instruction? See, whenever we write the algorithm should be finite. Algorithm contains finite lines only. See, it has a starting area and then ending area. We cannot write a infinite algorithm because we want to solve a problem through the algorithm. We want to find out the solution for the problem. That situation, it has the starting area, input we want to give, after that it should process, finally it must give the output. That's why through the algorithm we can write only finite set of instructions. Next one, what is the use of that finite set of instruction? It is used to accomplish a particular task, otherwise accomplish a given problem. In algorithm, otherwise in program, so many steps are there. For each and every step we want to write a plan. That's why it is a step-by-step procedure for solving a given problem. One more time I will explain. Algorithm, what is a finite? Countable. What is a finite? Countable. Algorithm contains countable number of the lines only. Algorithm is finite set of instruction to accomplish a particular task. One more definition for algorithm. Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving a given problem. Even with preparing the coffee also. First we want to take, we must have a oven, then bowl, then we need water, then we need milk, then we want to put sugar and coffee powder. For preparing the coffee also we have each and every step, no? Like that. When we want to solve a particular problem means algorithm, we should write step by step with the detailed solution. Okay, next one, algorithm can be implemented in any suitable programming language. Algorithm is general one. One algorithm when you write, that algorithm we can apply in a C programming language, C++ programming language, Python programming language, in Java programming language also. Algorithm is general one, but choosing the programming language is our wish. Okay, next one. Algorithm contains three sections. Algorithm contains three sections. One is the input, second one is the process, third one is the output. Algorithm contains three sections. Otherwise, algorithm is divided into three sections. One is the input, next one is the process, third one is the output. First one is what? Input, second one is process, third one is the output. Next one, through first one we are going to study input. Through the input we can give the data. Through the input we can give the data. Otherwise, through the input we can specify the data in a algorithm. Data may be a number, otherwise a text, otherwise a special character. Here through the input we can specify the data. What is the definition for data? All raw facts are called as a data. Data may be a number, text or special symbols. Next one, process. Next one, process. All calculation we are going to do, otherwise all calculation we are going to specify through the process area. All calculation we are going to specify through the process area. Next one, output area. What are the input we given? Based on that one we are going to get a expected output also. What are the inputs we given? What are the data we given? Based on that one we are going to get the output. We are going to provide the output. See, first one, what is the algorithm? Algorithm is a finite set of instructions to accomplish a given problem. Algorithm is a step-by-step detailed solution for given problem. Algorithm contains the three sections: input, process and output. Algorithm is a common, that is a plan only. Algorithm we can apply in any one programming language. For example, C, C++, Java, Python. This year we are going to study Python programming language. Next one, first we are going to study about the data storage. Okay. Next we are going to study about the data storage. Through the input, what are the data we are specified? Everything should be stored in one particular place. That is called as a data structure. That is called as a data structure. Data structure. In data, when we want to store the data, we need data structure. Data structure contains the database. Data structure contains the database. Okay, whatever data we are going to specify through the input, then what are the calculation we are doing. After the calculation also that information should be stored in the database. Okay, next one, when we store the data in a database, when we want to retrieve the data, store, retrieve and manipulate the data. Okay, when we store the data inside a database, first work is we want to store the data. When we want to retake and see the data, that is called as a retrieve. Retrieve the data, then we can manipulate the data. What is the manipulation? Searching, sorting, merging, deleting, updating, everything comes under a manipulating the data. First one, when we want through the input, we are going to give the data. That data should be stored in a data structure. Data structure contains the database. Whatever input we given, after the processing, what are the information we are getting, everything should be stored in a database. After storing the data, then if we want, we can retrieve the data. What is the meaning retrieve? Retaken the data. If we want, we can retake, and if we want, we can make a changes, we can add everything we can do. Retrieve the data, then we can do the manipulation also. What is the manipulation? Searching the data, sorting the data, arranging the data, updating the data, deleting the data, everything we can do. Anyway, if we want to store the data, for that also we should write the algorithm. If we want to retrieve the data, for that also we should write the algorithm. If we want to manipulate the data, for that also we should write the algorithm. Next one, data are divided into different data types. Then data may be a number, then data may be a character, data may be a special symbols. This one we can give through the array data type, list data type, structure data type, like that. We are going to use the data types to store the data types, to send the data to the data structure, Next, characteristics of algorithm. So you miss the home and play. Miss the afternoon. An algorithm is a finite set of instructions. It is a step-by-step procedure. It can be implemented in any programming language. Algorithm must have input-output data. Data are maintained and manipulated effectively using the data structure. Example arrays, structure, stack, queue, linked list, tuple, set, dictionary, and then strings also. Next one, algorithm can be developed to store the data, manipulate the data, retrieve the data from the data structure. Up to that much already we studied. Now we are going to study about the Characteristics of an algorithm. Totally 11 characteristics available in algorithm. One by one we are going to study detailing. First one we are going to study input. Characteristics. First one we are going to study input. In input, 0 or more quantity to be supplied to the program. In input, 0, otherwise more quantity, more than one number, otherwise more than one character, otherwise more than one data should to be supplied. Next one, output, at least one quantity is produced. What is the meaning of that one? If you given one data, our output also, one input, our output also one output only. If you given more than one quantities of the input, we can get more than one quantities of the output also. Next one, finiteness. What is the meaning of finiteness? Countable one. Algorithm must be countable one. Algorithm line should be countable one. Finiteness means should terminate after finite number of steps. Finiteness means should be terminate after finite number of the steps. Algorithm should be countable lines only. Algorithm must contain countable lines only. Next one, definiteness. All the operations should be well defined. In algorithm, what are the operation, what are the calculation we given, everything should be defined properly. That is called as a definiteness. First one, input, output, finiteness, definiteness. Up to 4 we finished. Next one, effectiveness. Every instruction should be carried out effectively. What are the instructions we given through the algorithm? It must give effect in that algorithm. Next one, correctness. Whatever algorithm we written, proper algorithm we have to write, then only we can create error-free program, because based on the algorithm only we are going to write the program. That's why first algorithm must be error-free, then only error-free program we can develop. Next one, simplicity. Should be easy to implement. Whatever program, whatever algorithm we are writing, it should be in a simple programming, simple English language. Then only everyone can understand easily. Like that only we can write an algorithm. That's why should be easy to even understanding and then implement also. Next one, unambiguous. What is the meaning of ambiguous? Confusion. See, whenever we write a algorithm, there is no any confusion. That's why unambiguous should be clear and give only one meaning. At the same time, for one operation, we have to specify only one meaning. Otherwise, we can get confusion. Next one, feasibility. Should be feasible with available resources. What are the resources we have? What are, suppose in my system I have a C++ language, I don't have Python language. That situation, whatever algorithm I written, that should be applied to the C++ programming language. Like that, what are the resources available? Based on that one, we are going to use this algorithm. Next one, portable. Should be common, independent of programming language, operating system also. See, algorithm is a common one, it is a independent one. Algorithm does not depend on any other thing at the same time. It is used in all the operating system, maybe Windows operating system, Linux operating system, wherever we want we can use this algorithm. Next one, independent. Should be independent of any programming code. Already I told algorithm is a common one. If you apply algorithm in a C++ language, we can write a C++ programming language. Algorithm, when we write a algorithm, that algorithm we can use to develop a Java program, we can develop. For Python, we can develop a Python program based on this algorithm. Totally how many set of characteristics we have? 11 set of characteristics we have. One more time, we will remember. First one, input. The second one, output. Finiteness, definiteness, effectiveness, correctness, simplicity, unambiguous, feasibility, portable, and then independent. Okay, then today what are the topics we studied? Definition of algorithm, then how to define a strategy of algorithm. Way of defining the algorithm is called as a strategy of algorithm. Next one, what are the sections it has? Input, output, process we has. What is a data? Data is a raw fact. It is used to store in a data structure. The data structure contains the database. In database we can store the data, retrieve the data, manipulate the data. For that also we have to write a algorithm. Next one, we studied about the characteristics of algorithm. Totally 11 characteristics we have. Then we studied all the characteristics. Okay students. Next class we are going to study about the writing of an algorithm. In next class, first I will ask a question. Whatever I completed today, afterwards only I will teach next topic. Thank you.